Welcome to Craftastrophe. Me, I'm T-New, and today we're gonna build a warbot. We're gonna sculpt a little, we're gonna cut a little, we're gonna paint a little, and we're gonna do some other fun stuff. Just a little. So if this sounds good to you, then let's get our craft on. Alright, got some Cosclay. Let's get rolling and build a head for this warbot.
T-New, all I hear you talking about lately is Cosclay. Yet for the longest time it was super sculpty this, super sculpty that. That's all you would talk about on the phone with your friends. I thought super sculpty was a code word for drugs.
What? No.
Well, it's suspicious, and so are your friends.
Yeah, your friends aren't exactly model citizens.
Touché.
I found that pressing the ball stylus inside of the eyes helps give it this robotic look. Now back to what you were asking about Cosclay. Cosclay is flexible and Super Sculpey is not, so Super Sculpey is much more brittle. It's the same reason why bamboo is stronger than steel in tensile strength.
T-New, you know if you go around spreading misinformation and lies, they're gonna flush your YouTube channel right down the YouTube drain.
Why don't you just Google bamboo and tensile strength? Anyway, I'm making a little cigar for my warbot.
So what you're saying is because the Cosclay is flexible, it's stronger than the Super Sculpey.
Well, that's at least one large part of it.
This warbot looks angry.
Yeah, he's pissed. I'm cutting up some XPS foam with my hot wire cutter, and this is gonna bulk out all the major body parts of the robot.
You know, I still think you should edit out that bamboo nonsense.
Oh, you know what's even stronger than bamboo or steel?
What?
A spider web.
Man, I don't know what your code word for drugs is, but I'm gonna find out, because apparently you want them.
I braided some wire using my drill. Look how pretty that comes out.
Hey, Mr. Tensile Strength, when you try to bend that wire, it's gonna break right through that foam.
Nah, because I'm gonna back it with some epoxy glue, which is the same thing I'm gonna use to glue his head on.
Okay, fine. Don't come crying to me later. 14 years as a handyman, doing odd jobs for people? But what do I know?
Hey, odd jobs, is that code for drugs?
Not necessarily.
I'm adding a little cigar to this guy because the large majority of warmongers smoke cigars.
As a cigar connoisseur, I can honestly say this is the first factual statement you've made in this video.
This is going to be a missile system that sits on the shoulders of the warbot, and it's made out of a straw, some foam, and I'm attaching it with PVA glue. Hey Dad,
What?
why don't you enlighten us as to what kind of cigars an aficionado like yourself smokes?
Hey, that's easy. Swisher Sweet's grape flavor, although the cherry cola is a close second.
See, I would have guessed Cubans.
No, but those people make a hell of a sandwich.
Battle damage. Now I'm gonna cover him with some black paint and Mod Podge. This is gonna seal and protect this foam for when I prime it later. If you use a spray can primer and you don't seal it, the foam will just melt.
And I guess in your little world of crafting, that would be like, what, a major disaster?
9.5 on the Richter scale, my friend.
Whatever. Hey, how did you make that little horseshoe?
I didn't. These are just little plastic greeblies that I have around. It adds detail to the robot.
Greeblies, you making up words now? Between that and the bamboo misinformation, this channel is doomed.
Maybe. I'm using some EVA foam here to make some little metal plates for the robot. I'm gonna add these all over the body and I'm attaching them with PVA glue.
Man, you stuck all kinds of crap on this thing.
Exactly, and now I'm priming it.
Is it bad to say that I kind of hope it melts?
Yes, spoiler alert, it doesn't.
Well, you'd get more views if it did.
Don't you have some odd jobs that you can go do?
Hey, keep your voice down. Your mother has the hearing of a vampire bat.
Run!
Great.
gave me an action figure a long time ago, and it had this cool little western gun with it. So I'm attaching it to my warbot with some epoxy.
Using a 6-shooter, he's old school like me.
You are older than old school.
See, sometimes when you say things, Tinu, I can't tell if it's a compliment or a thinly veiled burn.
Oh, that was a burn.
My own son.
I've added some braided wire and I've glued it in with epoxy. This is gonna anchor the figure to the base.
Money bag.
I'm not sure when a round bag with the symbol for a dollar bill came to represent money, because I've never seen one of these bags in real life. But that's what I'm making, and I just filled it with some crushed acorns.
Now, why on earth would you use acorns?
A, we have a lot of acorns around here, and B, I know that they make acorn ink. So I think if I soak this thing in water, it's gonna stain the bag and make it look old.
Tinu, the squirrels are gonna bust into the house to eat that thing. They bad enough already.
What is it with you and small animals?
I don't know, they have a natural dislike of me.
Maybe they can just smell the food you've got squirreled away in your pockets.
I don't think squirrels eat Twix.
You can see the acorns did color the bag a little. I'm just hitting the edges of a lot of these panels with a little bit of silver. That makes it look like the panels are chipped to bare metal. Origin. The way that this project came about was that my friend, the tired craftsman, asked me if I'd like to join him in a collaboration to build a warbot on Instagram. He builds all kinds of wild stuff, animatronic robots and mechanical devices that actually work. And of course, he built a warbot too, so go and check him out. He's an amazing builder. Bon matin. That means good morning. Isn't she amazing? Stronger than steel. Let's get to work. We're gonna start the day off by putting a brown wash over, well, everything. Now to get a deep, lustrous, demonic look in his eye, I'm gonna use some UV resin and red alcohol ink. You gotta be careful not to get this stuff anywhere else except where you want it. It's really difficult to clean up if you make a mistake.
Look at that, you shake.
Well, with you sitting next to me, I'm worried about a squirrel attack.
You're right to be concerned. A squirrel is a cunning and dangerous creature.
I'm using a UV light to dry the resin.
Matter of fact, right before Christmas, I was walking in the woods, minding my own business, and there was these 2 squirrels tracking me.
I'm gluing on part of a cable that I bought at the dollar store.
Are you paying attention?
No.
So these 2 squirrels, they working in cahoots together, I could tell. And it's only a matter of time before they come for my wallet.
I'm using some white super sculpey to make some missiles.
Do you know that it's rude to interrupt someone when they're in the middle of a story?
Well, I'm in the middle of a crafting video. You know that
So anyway, there's no use anymore in pretending that these squirrels aren't gonna jump me. I know, they know, so I take off running. And I'm fast, but they were faster.
Wrap it up.
So they took me down hard. Not without a fight, I might add, but they got the best of me. I still got the scars on my ankles to prove it.
And what on earth made you think they wanted your wallet?
Because they took it.
I'm gluing in the missiles with a bit of PVA glue. Yeah.
Base. Hey, so that's how you use those things. That thing saved my life more than once in junior high. The students were animals.
I'm cutting a base out of birch plywood, and now I'm gonna route out where the wiring's gonna go under it. Boylai of Boylai Hobby Time fame gave me some of these ultra bright flexible LEDs. So I'm gonna use one of his techniques to make some explosions.
Just looking at all that soldering gives me a headache.
Why is that? Is wiring not one of the services you offer under the guise of odd jobs?
No, that's mostly disturbing plumbing issues.
I fed all the wiring through the bottom of the base, and now I've covered the lights with some cotton balls. A little super glue to hold it in place. I airbrushed a bit of black to kind of mimic smoke, and then I'm going to add a bit of yellow. With the orange glow from the light, it should look like an explosion. I'm going to add some more details to the base. This is a rock from a previous project. I just made it out of some aluminum foil and plaster. And this is a real rock from the driveway. Let's add some more details. I'm putting on a layer of PVA glue so that I can add some pebbles and some homemade flocking for the ground cover.